Don't let me down. Do 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 do. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. Things we said today. The Beatles cover by Emily Linge, which I've reacted to many times before. I'll have a playlist at the end. And I am familiar with the Beatles. However, I don't think I have heard this song. So I believe it's going to be my first time. I could have listened to it before this, but I figured I want to hear it here first, be surprised. And if I'm going to check out the original, it's going to be on my classics channel, which you should probably head on over there if you're interested in music from back in the day. The best type of music, in my opinion. So let's get into this. Thank you, Brad, so much for the coffee and the support. Guys, if you are interested in more reactions, please go to my coffee page or Patreon. It helps out a lot. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on. And let's go. Emily with the guitar. Right into the next.
The only one, love me all the time, love, we'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just the lucky kind, love to hear you say that love is luck, though we may be blind. Love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, love. Be the only one, love me all the time, love, we'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming, deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today.
You have Emily playing the guitar, covering the Beatles. It's a win-win. First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. So it is in fact the first time I'm hearing this song, and it sounds a bit like a different decade for the Beatles. I know they were together up until I think 1971, but this is more like maybe mid 70s going into like late 70s type of beat. I don't know why I'm thinking about it that way, but it's very fast paced, it's continuous, and it's just like one, phrase goes on to the next. There is no breaks. Really no breathing room here. It's like, okay, we're starting, this thing is rolling, and then they just continue forward. Let me take a look at the description. Lyrics, yes. You say you will love me. If I have to go, you'll be thinking of me. Somehow I will know. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you weren't so far away, then I will remember Things We Said Today. A lot of rhyming, of course, it happens with a lot of Beatles songs, but I think more so for this one, it's just like pretty continuous. I don't know how else to say it. Of course, Emily's voice, very soothing. She has a very nice tone, and it's the type of singing that you could listen to for a long time. By the way, she's a very good guitar player, even though I think this is maybe in quotations here like simple in terms of like the notes or the chords that she's playing on the guitar, right? Because that's the song, but you don't have to do something crazy. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. If something is done right, then it'll just work now, and it'll work, 100 years from now. She's a great piano player, and we don't get to see her guitar playing that often, right? Because in most of the songs, when she is playing the piano, I think it's Elvis that does the background or the backup guitar. But yeah, this is very, look at this shot. This is like so aesthetically pleasing with the lighting, the carpet. She's, centered, and the walls have this curve to them. So everything about this video is just like, it's a nice touch to it artistically, from the color palette to the composition. And it's just overall, you get the sense that they're doing it with purpose and with care. Orange and blue are complementary colors. So what we have here, right? Most of the background, the wooden floor, is like this orange tone. And then the jeans kind of stand out a bit, but they help the whole picture kind of have this this friendship, I guess I would describe it. The colors are nicely together. All right. Let me think about this song. To make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all the time, girl. Yeah, that's the part that I'm saying. Then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just a lucky kind. Love to hear you say that love is luck. Though we may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough. To make you mine, girl. Like, the sentence doesn't end there. It forces you to keep going on the next one. And that's a very interesting musical choice here, because it's not something that we hear often today. I think for the most part, music that is popular, especially pop that you hear on the radio, kind of goes through trends, and it's like, okay, this is working, people are reacting well to this, let's just continue to do this. And the industry kind of, unconsciously or maybe forcibly, they make that happen, to different artists. And so they create this trend, and it's something that you hear all the time and you get used to it, but it changes through the different decades and the different eras. And this is something that we don't hear today. There's just like this specific structure to music that you hear nowadays. They kind of break it up. They know how to do it. Okay, this is the first verse, this is the second verse, this is the bridge, this is the chorus, and then they repeat it twice, basically. And that's it. Sometimes they repeat it 3 times, and that's when you get longer songs, and you start to, kind of feel more of the evolution and the progression. And personally, that's what I like to listen to, more of the longer songs. However, I do understand that this is from back in the day, and because of the way the radio was set up, songs were not able to go over 3 minutes. But I think the Beatles were one of the first to change that. And speaking of which, what year did this come out? Things We Said Today. I'm trying to think in my head. It's kind of pop. They started with pop, very commercial, like for the public, before they went into their experimental era. And speaking of evolution, they had such a huge change. For them being together only 10 years, that is a very insane change from start to finish. So I'm going to say this is from 1965 for the knowledge. Oh, I almost said 1964. I kid you not. So this was officially released on July 10th, 1964 in the UK as the B-side to A Hard Day's Night. It's been a hard day's night and I've been working. And as a track on the A Hard Day's Night album. In the US, it was released on July 20th, 1964 on the American version of the album. Huh. The song was written by Paul McCartney and features a distinct acoustic-driven minor key sound that gave it a slightly more mature and somber vibe compared to their earlier pop hits. Okay, now when you put it that way, now I'm realizing, yeah, I guess before with the earlier hits, it was more, I guess, higher pitched, different, more energetic. This does feel like more, okay, we know where this direction is going. I guess you could describe it as mature. Interesting. Okay. All right, learned a little bit about it there. I don't want to make this video too long, but I do like learning about the history of the songs and how they came together. But I especially do that on the Classics channel if you guys would like to check those out. But thank you for tuning in. Please let me know what is next. I will continue to be here for Emily and her music. So do subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.